Now at 6, decades of mystery come to a close. Rex Heuermann pleads guilty in the Gilgo Beach murders.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving a number of very important rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
From the bodies found along the beach to the DNA lifted from pizza crust, our team's been following this case from the beginning. I was inside the courtroom when Heuermann made his stunning admissions.
And tonight, 8 families get the justice they've long waited for.
This moment is not the end, but a reminder that love endures, truth prevails, and hope never fades, because even in the darkest moments, justice will find its way.
It is good to be with you. I'm Christine Johnson. Long after the murders first began, closure in one of Long Island's most prolific serial killer mysteries. Today, Rex Heuermann pleaded guilty to the murders of 7 women and admitted to killing an 8th. The case came into the spotlight in 2010 when remains were found scattered along Gilgo Beach. And more than a decade later, in 2023, police made an arrest, partly thanks to DNA lifted off of pizza crust found in the trash. Our team has followed this story every step of the way. Let's get live now to Carolyn Gussoff, who was inside the courtroom as Heuermann entered that guilty plea this morning. Carolyn.
Christine, there were murders that haunted the public for years. The bodies of young women dumped across Long Island. While many feared that the Gilgo Beach murders may never be solved, today Rex Heuermann removed all doubt, reversing his claims of innocence and pleading guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes.
No longer silently professing his innocence, a dramatic reversal as Rex Heuermann spoke and brought to an end decades of fear and mystery.
After discussions with your lawyer, you feel it's in your best interest to plead guilty rather than go to trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Confidently and without emotion, he changed his plea to guilty to all 7 murder charges and admitted to an 8th, Karen Vergata, a 34-year-old escort whose dismembered body parts were also left near Gilgo Beach. The DA says while he committed 8 murders over 2 decades, he was posing as the harmless father next door.
This defendant walked among us, play acting as a normal suburban dad, when in reality, all along, he was obsessively targeting innocent women for death.
Today, he was exposed for exactly what he is, a sadistic, soulless, murderous monster.
Feet away from victims' families, Heuermann calmly and clearly answered each of the rapid-fire questions from DA Ray Tierney, admitting to killing each woman by strangulation, dismembering them, and discarding them near Gilgo Beach. Prosecutors had amassed a mountain of evidence painting the married father and architect as a prolific serial killer who preyed on sex workers and hid in plain sight.
He thought that by killing them, he could silence them forever and get away with murder. But he was wrong, because it was these victims, these women, who refused to stay silent.
The search for a serial killer began with the disappearance of Shannon Gilbert in 2010 and the gruesome discovery of 10 other victims' remains along desolate Ocean Parkway near Gilgo Beach. Years later, the break in the baffling case finally came when long ago overlooked evidence, the type of truck the killer was seen driving, was matched to Rex Heuermann. Cell phone data from victims had pinged in his Massapequa Park neighborhood, and DNA from pizza crust he threw away linked him to the victims. Scouring his house, investigators found a chilling planning document, a how-to get away with torture and murder. Heuermann's attorney says he may have changed his plea to spare himself and his family humiliating and horrific details that would have emerged during a trial.
I think that was a huge sense of relief for him when you have that type of in your head and on your body, and just, yeah, I think by admitting it, I think it's cathartic to some extent.
Heuermann will be sentenced to 7 consecutive life terms on June 17th. He also agrees to be studied by the FBI, which profiles serial killers. The DA said poignantly today that as long as this took, they never forgot the victims, once nameless.
they now are very much remembered and have their justice. And joining me now with more about the victims, my colleague Jennifer McLogan, who's also been covering this case with me for decades.
A remarkable day we never saw coming.
Absolutely.
And we're talking about those victims, 8 of them, 8 victims, families, strangers no longer, coming together under the most stressful and heartbreaking of circumstances. They each lost someone most dear. For decades, families refused to lose hope, even when it seemed they would never have resolution or justice. A new law enforcement team, fresh eyes, found a serial killer living a double life, stalking, torturing, strangling 8 innocent young women, shattering their hopes and dreams. Ranging in age from 20 to 34, they vanished without a trace. Then decades later, their bodies discovered on Long Island, most in and around Gilgo Beach. They came to the New York area, but their hometowns were elsewhere. Melissa Barthelemy, Erie County, New York. Megan Waterman, Scarborough, Maine. Amberlynn Costello, Wilmington, North Carolina. Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Norwich, Connecticut. Jessica Taylor, Poughkeepsie, New York. Sandra Castilla, Trinidad, Tobago. Valerie Mack, Philadelphia, PA. Karen Vergata, Glen Head, New York.
First and foremost, we are thankful for the victims and the victims' families who told their stories, their loved ones' stories, and defended their loved ones' legacies.
Grieving relatives gathered following the guilty plea that for some has brought closure.
I am Nicolette Brainerd Barnes, the daughter of Maureen Brainerd Barnes.
I am Dylan Haggett, the son of Maureen Brainerd Barnes.
And I just want to say I'm thankful that we came to a conclusion that brought peace to everybody.
This moment is not the end, but a reminder that love endures, truth prevails, and hope never fades, because even in the darkest moments, justice will find its way.
That was difficult for victims' families, bearing their souls in a room filled with reporters and cameras from all over the globe. Such an emotional day, Christine.
Absolutely. We could definitely feel it here in the studio when we heard from those family of the victims. Jennifer and Carolyn, I'd like to ask you both, you know, in over a decade that this case broke and the investigations that followed, there's been a lot of theories surrounding this. And one of them is that there could actually be more than one suspect. In all of the reporting that you have done, what do you feel that fact is? Is Heuermann the single man responsible for this?
Oh, yes, so many cold cases out there.
Well, that's true. And I mean, for years, there was speculation. Could it be one person? Was it multiple people? There were theories that it had to be someone in law enforcement because they were so able to avoid detection. It could be a hunter. And in a way, Rex Heuermann fits both bills. I mean, in that he was a hunter. He was familiar with guns. He belonged to a gun club.
And that was the out east in North Sea. So body parts of one human being found out in North Sea and then near Gilgo Beach. The whole thing just seemed incredible.
Right, he kind of changed his MO after the first few murders from the 1990s, then into like 2010 when he started, dismembering bodies into multiple locations. But to your question, Christine, I would say that at this point, I think law enforcement is confident that they have the right guy. 2 of the bodies at Gilgo are attributed to another person. So police say they're not done.
A big mystery.
Absolutely. Well, Carolyn and Jennifer, thank you both for your reporting for over a decade. I know that today is a full circle moment in a sense for you as well. We appreciate the work, all the hard work that you both put into this case. And there is also a sense of relief for those who live in Rex Heuermann's Massapequa Park community. Ali Bauman is there and has reaction from his neighbors as well as his family. Ali.
Last time we were here was just about 3 years ago, right after Rex Heuermann was arrested, and it was a zoo, police, and media from all around the world. Today, it has been eerily quiet, even when Heuermann's family returned from court. Rex Heuermann's daughter and stepson pack up the car after court Wednesday, getting ready to leave with the therapist who says she's been working with them since their father's arrest in 2023.
They're going to head out for a while. Because we figured it'll be a lot. So they just want a break. They want some privacy.
She says Heuermann's children are left with no choice but to move on with their lives.
Accepting, struggling, like everything else, right? They're having a hard time, but they accept it and they're okay with it, and they will figure it out.
Heuermann's ex-wife was in the courtroom as he changed his plea to guilty.
My thoughts and prayers are with the victims and their families. Their loss is immeasurable, and the focus should be on them at this time.
The decaying red house had always stood out to Heuermann's neighbors among the manicured homes of Massapequa Park. His guilty plea brings some closure to neighbors and everyone on Long Island who has been following this case for years.
I think he's changed his plea for a lot of reasons, and I think one of it is because he doesn't want his craziness out there.
I think he did the right thing, because if they go to court, it's going to be dragged on and on and on and on, and all the victims are going to be heartful. So what are you going to do?
And residents out here tell me after nearly 3 long years, they are hopeful to finally get their neighborhood back. In Massapequa Park, Allie Bauman, CBS News, New York.
You can find a complete timeline of the case and look back on our reporting over the years. It's all there for you on our website, cbsnewyork.com.